Guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Dairoku, and we are going to get Hira's bad endings. Well, okay, we have a lost love ending, which is the one we're doing now, so the bad ending, and then there's a friendship ending, which is like, I guess, is it considered the normal ending? It's just the friendship end, so we're gonna do the lost love end now. So I loaded up the save, and we're gonna start here. So, did you enjoy life on the mountain? Did you enjoy life on the mountain? Chapter 4. Did you enjoy life on the mountain? Sorry. Usually that skips it. Huh. It was alright. I met humans as strange as you back then, too. But it's all a pain now, so I don't want to go back. Humans as strange as me? You're strange. You involve yourself with a Tengu without bringing an offering. A different Tengu would kidnap and torture you for that. Then if I bring you an offering, do you think we could be closer friends? No. Doesn't matter to me if I'm given offerings in the first place anyway. I definitely would have hooked up with him. I definitely would have hooked him with that if he were an Oni or Kitsune. Not only does Hira not have any interest in games or electronics, it seems there wasn't anything that interested him at all. I wonder if there are materials to make an Uchiwa fan at Tamamo's store. But from the look of things, I don't know if something like that would please him. Okay. Ah, there is the way to do it. We've been trying to figure that out all of Hira's route. Okay. Oh, anyway, so wait. I hope this will be enough to thank Hira. He mentioned needed no offering, but I know he's been wanting to make an Uchiwa for a while. Okay. If this Uchiwa didn't work out, I would have had to do with just giving him sake, but I did want to avoid that if possible. Okay, so that was slightly different. Okay. All right. I didn't, it's funny because I'm pretty sure it went then. I'm like, there's a skip scene, and I didn't see skip past previously read text because I'm an idiot. Someone probably told me. One of you probably told me. Well, you know what? A few weeks in the past from when you said that, I heard you. It didn't quite. Like, I was going forward into the future as your comment was coming back into the past, and then we hit right about now, so thanks. Also, yes, because one of you've already have mentioned it, but I know other people are going to mention it probably in the meantime. I am aware that they are localizing the fan discs for Amnesia Memories. I know. I saw it. I was like, the fuck? I was a little too excited about that, honestly, because that was our first Otome game that I played on the channel, but also that I really just played. So, yeah. So that's going to be fun. I don't remember a fucking thing that happened in Amnesia. I might have to replay it myself. But anyway. But yes, I think that's coming out this summer. Good God, we got so much shit. And that might be the secret Idea Factory International game that they were talking about to localize. And they were like, we're localizing a secret game, but we haven't told you. And that might be it. Which is almost slightly, I'm not disappointed. I'm very excited about it, but I'm also a little disappointed because there were other games that people were talking about that are like, ooh, that sounds good. That one looks good. And it's like, but just because it's not coming out localized, that wasn't their secret game for this year, doesn't mean it's not going to be their secret game for next year. So it's fine. It's fine. We also still have Variable Barricade to play, which is sitting here somewhere. I don't know where I put it, but it's here. And then God knows what else is coming out this year. I don't know. We've got so much shit. Anyway. But yes, I am aware, in case I do lurk around places and find these things out, just FYI. So, yes, I know. But by the time I say anything, it's been like a month. So, like, people, for the next month, you're going to be like, oh my God, yes, see, I told you. And it's like, I did know about it. But even if I told you the day I found out, it's weeks later before up to these videos. You guys are in the future. What's it like? I'm in the past. It sucks back here. Anyway. I didn't want them to be surprised. Well, if they weren't informed and a stranger approached them, wouldn't the Ningyo react badly? And if they couldn't enjoy the event, I'd feel bad after all the work we put in to have them enjoy it. I thought it was only natural to tell them. I see. It sounds like an Ayakashimori problem. Okay. Oh well, seems like I was able to convince him at least. Okay. Oop. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Oop. I hit the wrong button. I don't think I could land a punch. Though, to be honest, I don't think I could actually land a punch on you, Hira. Then I'll take the bracelet after the event. Hearing it ring all day long would drive me nuts. Boop. Alright, here we go. Oh, really? I called you because I have business with you. I wanted to give you this. Okay, that's previously read text. Hold on. Skip past previously read text. Oh, okay. Not really. Humans die so quickly, naming them becomes a never-ending chore. Okay. Still, I had much to consider, especially given the situation. If I become an Ayakashi, will I be able to talk to Hira like before? Okay, so this is the chapter 7. Okay. Where we're talking to the Ningyos. Okay. Foam. To become happy, not disappearing into foam. Ooh, chapter 7, foam. The Ningyo's words hit me hard in the chest. Yes, I don't want to become foam, and I don't want Hira to either. Yes, that's the right attitude. We're cheering for you. Do your best. Thank you. I bow deeply toward the Ningyo and look forward once again. Right now, I can't talk to Hira. What I can do right now to save Hira is... I can't stay under the self-imposed house arrest. I'll go ask Chief Tokiwa and Seimi again and see if I can join in our efforts to protect Hira. Just as I prepared a teleportation spell to get back to Nakakuni as quickly as possible, the ringtone on my device began to go off, telling me there was an incoming call. At that moment, I didn't know why, but something sent a shiver down my spine. Oh my god, they're gonna trap Hira, is that it? Please, let this just be my imagination. I looked down at the device that displayed Seimi's name. Pleading with everything I had, I put the device to my ear. Hello? Cold reality. Lost love end. Oh! Right now, it's no use trying to postpone the day Hira gets sealed. I mean, that's about all we can do. I thought the only enemy was Kaneda, but looks like we stepped on the tiger's tail. Hira's punishment was told to me over the phone. He'd be sealed away for a few hundred years. Until I saw Seimi's grave expression, I thought there might still be a way out of this. However, when I felt the heavy mood in the office the moment I stepped inside, all of those naive hopes vanished. What does this mean? I asked with every effort to steel myself and keep my voice from wavering. There was a moment's pause when Seimi looked at me with eyes that searched my expression. Kaneda's bloodline includes powerful politicians, including the former Prime Minister, and they influence the bureaucracy of the special agency. It seems there's someone within the bureaucracy who'd find it problematic if Kaneda messed up. I'm sure they're up to no good together. So, does that mean the investigation wasn't done fairly? Yeah. Whatever the actual facts, the only answer they'll accept is that an Ayakashi attacked a human with the intent to kill. All the strength drained from my body, somehow managing to keep myself from collapsing to the ground, I sat down on a chair. Oh. We lost our love this way. Oh. So then, I can't protect Hira as an Ayakashimori no matter what I tried. In front of me was my desk I'd faced every day since being employed at the 6th. On it was my work computer, plus documents and books I ordered for self-study and research, and the notes I used when I wrote up reports. Decorating it was a single picture taken at Jingu with the friends I underwent training with, celebrating our entry into the special agency. I never thought I'd end up doing this work, but I really intended on carrying out the role I was given when I received my Misumaru. The role of an Ayakashimori was to look after the Ayakashi, so they could live in peace. Some people might call it managing or controlling them, and I admit, even I use those words myself at times, but to spend the time I did with the Ayakashi, and now even falling in love with one of them, I couldn't say it out loud or even think about it. I wasn't thinking this just to sound nice in front of the Ayakashi. I honestly felt it. But I won't let Hira get sealed away because of humans' mistakes. Spacey, if it's too much to handle, go home. I know it'll blame you if you're resting there. Sorry, I'll do that. Aww. After seeing Akitsu out of the office, Yakumo, looking concerned, asks Seimi a question. Tokitsugu, do you think she'll be alright? I'm not sure. Although we don't have any right to stop her, after not being able to protect her or Hira. Huh? Nothing. Come on, let's get back to work. We can't stop her. Oh my god, am I gonna go run and do something crazy? Hira, you have to escape. Lost love end. Explanation. I told Seimi that I'd go back to the dorms, but there I was, standing in front of a Mawa mansion. You're back again? Let me see Takao, please. I'm sure they wouldn't let me see Hira, but maybe if it were Takao... Stop it! I need to see Hira before they lock him away forever! They're like, huh? As expected, I was allowed into a Mawa mansion without any fuss if my intent was to see Takao. Sorry, that was my phone. Hira... So this is your report today, huh? Humans really just don't care. Saying you want to talk with us and want us to understand each other and at the same time putting unjust punishments like this on us? I won't let Hira be sealed away. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you saying there's still a way to negotiate out of it? There probably isn't, so that's why there won't be a negotiation. As of now, I no longer think of myself as an Ayakashimori. Everything built up inside me spilled out, and Takao looked at me wide-eyed. So you're saying you'll help us out? Even if that means turning your back against humans? Yes, we're the ones who stepped all over your trust and dignity. I don't have to uphold the laws or rules of people who'll do that. So won't you let me help Hira? Won't you let me be of help to you all? After I spoke, following a long silence, Takao's mouth suddenly relaxed. It's ironic, really. Huh? I asked you to become an Ayakashi to find out if your feelings for Hira were real, and I was sure you wouldn't be able to save Hira if you didn't. But you showed me how determined you are, still as a human, and here I am proposing a plan to you which may very well save Hira. What is that? Bring Hira back to the real world. It's not as if I hadn't imagined this before. It was a possible route that could be taken to save Hira out of so many that I thought of. But now that Takao's telling this to me... Now, I believe it was... But now that Takao's telling this to me now... there's too many nows in this. Anyway, I believed it was the only way. Right. With Sakuratani as it is, he doesn't need to be here. I nod deeply, showing my agreement, and Takao nods back. Then, as if to fight back against the tragedy, he narrows his eyes in a gentle gaze. Hira once loved humanity, so much so that he became so tired from being separated from them as an Ayakashi, or to be able to become human. He became tired of not being human? Yeah, because he even said that in his thing, like, I wanted to be one. Even this trash is supposed to be human. Why? It's like, I want to be one of you. I want to be where the humans are. He's like fucking Ariel. I want to see him dancing. Everything always ends up back to the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid shaped my childhood, I'm not gonna lie. So, I mean, that's just like, I remember watching that and singing all the songs. Like, I knew that's what Hira meant with that sad murmur that day. There's no need for me to go and see him anymore. I don't need to make him remember any more painful memories, and I was sure that Hira had completely lost the fondness he had toward humans long ago. And that's why it won't be much different for him to live in the real world rather than Sakuratani. He'll still be living his life as a shut-in, but I'm sure he'll enjoy it. Yeah, right. Takao and I give sad smiles to each other. I think it was because we acted under the common interest of wanting Hira to live life more happily than he was now. But any end would be better than having him be sealed away. Are you going to stay here, Takao? Yeah, I came here to Sakuratani because I was following him, and I could do so once again. But there are others, those who can't live anywhere else but in Sakuratani. For their sakes, I'll become Shirei and protect them. Takao's like, ha 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 ha, got rid of Hira. I understand. Thank you. As for you, this world will be closed to you, won't it? Yes, I'm pretty sure. As I answered, I didn't feel the smallest ounce of regret or doubt in my heart. How is this the lost love end? We're gonna get him out, but then we don't get to be with him still? I'm gonna end up in jail. Severed. A few days later... Hira, wake up, please. I stood next to Hira, who had his eyes closed. What? I told you to never bother me again. Yes, but it was decided your punishment would be carried out in the real world, and I have to ask you to come with me. To your world, huh? Whatever. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's done to me or where. Being punished or sealed away, or even just living here. It's all the same to me. Hira seemed to have lost interest in everything, even more so than before. This is probably all because of me. And on top of that, I'm trying to bring Hira over to the real world without telling him the truth. But this was the only way left. I accompanied Hira through Nakakuni to Kukuromon, which connected to the real world. You don't need to restrain me. Hira spoke as we stood at the entrance. Huh? You're bringing me over as a criminal, right? You sure you don't need to restrain me somehow? Why are you smiling? It's nothing. You haven't changed a bit, Hira. Huh? A kind Ayakashi, good at looking after others. Even though he's about to be sealed away, somewhere within him, he's worried about me. I'm so glad I came to fall in love with Hira. I may have made so many mistakes, but this was the one thing I knew was right. Kisses him and then sends him on his way. Oh. We get through the gate and enter the human world. Hira squints a bit at the scenery spread out before him and quietly murmurs. It's not much different from Sakuratani. That's because this is a shrine. If you go out further, you might be surprised to see all the changes made since you were last here. If I go out further? And that's ridiculous. I'm about to be sealed away, right? Before I answered, I took the passage permit I had hidden in my hand, the Misumaru for Ayakashi, and destroyed it. The string of prayer beads, made from pieces of the real world and the realm of the dead, fell in pieces as the Misumaru lost its spiritual powers. Hira, you won't be sealed away. Huh? I won't let you be sealed away, so that's why I brought you here to the real world. Run away, Hira, and live in the real world from now on. Huh? If I were to choose which was clearer, it was Hira's anger more so than his confusion. What are you saying? Do you realize what you're saying? I do. Is that all? Is it all right to do this? It isn't, is it? You're going to be punished, right? Aw, look, he's mad at us! Aw! Spacey! Look at him angry! Look at our tiny tie. Our tie is so tiny right now. I like our cute, determined face, like, no! Pouting at him, it's so pretty. As I keep silent, Hira closes in on me, grabbing my shoulders. He shakes my body. Did you really think I'd be happy with this? With this life? This body? Me, who's just over everything and... Everything? Over everything and everything? Everything and anything, I guess? So long as you'd be saved, I would have accepted any fate waiting for me. And that's what I wished for, actually. So tired now. And yet you're telling me to sacrifice you and run away? To live in the real world? I've never been so insulted in my life. As if called forth by Hira's anger, a turbulent wind blew, shaking the trees around the shrine. Hira may have been even angrier than the time he waved his fan at admin manager Kaneda's son. I clenched my teeth in an effort to steady myself, then glanced back at Hira. I understand what you're thinking and what you're feeling. You don't. If you did, you'd never have been able to do all this. Do you just want to step all over me? Do you want me to suffer? If so, then I'd understand. It's because I'm in love with you. Oh, this is actually kind of a cute version of the CG. His face is like, huh? I'm in love with you, so it'd hurt if you were sealed away. It'd hurt if you were gone. If you're living in the real world, we might be able to see each other someday. I only have so much time after all. I'm sorry I'm being so selfish, but I honestly want to protect you. You absolutely shouldn't be punished. And I didn't want you to be any more disappointed in humans. No, that might not be it. I didn't want you to hate me. I wanted you to know that you were so precious to me, and I wanted to prove it. Is that what you're prepared to do? Yes? I see. I overheard your talk with Takao. I did think it's selfish that you wouldn't involve me, but I had no drive to do anything about it. I guessed you wouldn't transform, and that's fine, but that might be why I fell further and further into feeling nothing. Still, let me say this. I honestly don't feel happy or anything about all this. Right. Just like you said, it would have been best if we just talked this over. I'm not sure. It would have. I'm sorry. I'm also at fault. I can't go back anymore, can I? Considering you broke that. I don't feel Sakuratani's presence anymore. Yes. All I could do was nod or give short responses. All I could ask Hirta to do is to keep moving on the path I chose for him myself. Where am I supposed to go? I have no clue. Go anywhere you'd like. You're free now, Hirta. It's not like I wasn't free until now. Everything just felt like trouble most of the time. But yeah, I guess for a while I'll spend time how I want, without feeling burdened by anything. Thank you. Really, thank you. Because I knew that Hirta was saying that so he wouldn't make me sad, sorry. I'll give this back. I take out the Kushiro bell that I always carried with me. You're giving it back? Yes. You don't need it? I just thought I didn't deserve to have it. I see. You've gotten pretty presumptuous during the time we haven't talked. All of like a week. Until now you came by even if you were told not to. And kept talking when I called you annoying. Self-centered or not, you've come around. As he smiled, Hirta flew up into the air and lands on top of the roof to the shrine. And that's why I'll do what I want to. I won't take that back. You keep it. But... Quiet. You said I should do what I wanted. Hirta! I chased after Hirta and stood under the shrine. But Hirta just kept getting harder and harder to see, and I cursed myself for being only human. Hirta, I'm sorry. But still, please, be well and find happiness. For an instant I saw Hirta's smiling face. And in a blink of an eye, the Ayakashi I had come to love had vanished. But it's like, but he's still out there. But he's like never going to come back. He's just like, fine, whatever. And just never. A few days had passed since I let Hirta escape. I spent my days in my dorm in a daze, waiting to be told of Hirta's escape at any time. Takao had been adamantly telling everyone that he wouldn't let anyone see Hirta until the date of his punishment, stalling the discovery of his absence. And on the special agency side, perhaps because the sentencing was confirmed, there was no further need for any questioning and the case was dropped. That's right. Then I reached out for my terminal, and then I searched the meaning of the word Kushiro. I forgot to ask Hirta. I press the search button and the answer appears. Oh, Kushiro just means bracelet. Looking exactly like the explanation given, I couldn't help but laugh. If I'd been able to talk with Hirta like normal in the past, I'd have known right away, and the topic would have ended just as fast, too. I had taken for granted all those moments that were so commonplace. At that moment, without warning, there was the sound of the door unlocking and opening. It's true, I actually forgot that the bad endings in the normal engine are like fucking long as shit. Which is kind of like, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but it's like, I forgot. Chief Tokiwa and a number of men in suits with an imposing aura came into the room. You understand what you've done, right? Yes? I nod, and the men immediately grab hold of me. Just waiting for the moment to be over, I tightly squeezed the Kushiro bell Hirta had entrusted to me. Toki was like, you know what you did, right? And he's like, he's disappointed in us. Though we are apart. This is it. To let an Ayakashi escape is a serious crime, even within the rules of the special agency. It was decided I'd be put in a building which housed criminals from the special agency. But I have no regrets. Hiro's off living somewhere right now, and I'm still alive. It may take 10 years or maybe several decades, but so long as we're alive, there'll be a future for the both of us. Hiro... In the empty room, I softly touch Hiro's Kushiro bell. Giving it a shake to hear that sound again, somewhere far away, or perhaps somewhere close by, I could hear the flapping of wings. Okay, that's actually kind of a sad ending. It's like, oh. It's not the worst bad ending, it's just, you're just like, oh. It kind of hurts my heart a little. This one is the... Okay, so this is our friendship ending, so it's a happier version. It would have been so funny. Yeah, I guess you're right. I thought it'd be funny if it were true. Oh, that's the making of his nose will grow or whatever. You really are a cheeky one. It wasn't funny to me at all. Right. I made the situation worse in my efforts to try and placate him. Nope. Go to Hira. Yes! We probably have a lot to skip through in this. How about we go together? What do you think, Hira? How about we go together? No. You could try and think about it a little bit. I don't care about any apologies. Just get those feathers in already. I'm going home. With that last remark, he quickly leaves the store. Sorry about all this, Tamamo. Takao puts his hands together in apology to Tamamo and quickly chases after Hira. He really is so hard to love as a customer. All right, Spacey, how about some girl talk? I'll close up shop for the day. Thank you. Yes, I'd love to. Oh, good. I was hoping I could chat with Tamamo. I really was happy that I could go to the sweet shop with her, but I wonder what it would have been like if I went with Hira. I felt just a bit disappointed that I was turned down. I'll contact Sammy. And then we skip because we've already read that. And now we go to Amatsuna with Hira. Yes. I think I twisted my ankle. Sorry, I think I twisted my ankle a bit. Seriously, you... Skip. Go with Hira. Skip past previously read. Did you enjoy life on the mountain? Skip past previously read. I didn't want them to be surprised. Skip past previously read. I don't think I could land a punch. So, like, the bad ending? I don't think I can land a punch. Following Chief Tokiwa and Sammy's instruction, returned to the dorms and went straight to bed, dazed and without any will to do anything. Okay. I wonder if this is how Hira feels all the time. I'm not sleepy, and I'm not all that tired. Even so, I've lost the strength to do anything. It might even be fitting to call it a bother. Anyway. But that's not it. It's so painful. I think of how the actions I've taken until now may have been mistakes. Facing Ayakashi as equals, at times, depending on them or being depended on. There was Kinka, who had gotten so close to me, calling me her friend without any hesitation, and Tamamo, who treats me as if I were her own sister. And Hira. I thought we had just started to become friends. Hira might not accept it up front, we had spent plenty of moments together where I felt it could be presumptuous enough to call us that. Just do whatever. Never bother me again. That's why Hira pushing me away hurt so badly. But still, I just couldn't bring myself to do as Hira told me. I mean, back then, Hira... He was so angry it was scary. Close to making me feel terror. And at the same time, he also looked so sad that he was hard to even look at. Like Hiro said, humans and Ayakashi are different, Maybe friendship toward each other, but romantic feelings and becoming a family isn't possible. But even if the truth sank my stomach, I still value Hirta so much. I didn't want things to end like this, in silence. And of course, I didn't want him to be punished. Hirta doesn't need to be sealed away or punished. All Hirta did was protect me and the Ningyo, not injure a human for the pure joy of it. It was wrong of me to think he was scary. I got up out of bed and take off my casual indoor clothes. And then I reached out for the uniform I hung up. I wonder, what is it that I feel for Hirta? Is he a friend or something more? I never thought it before, but this feeling that Hirta was precious to me welled up within me, making it so I didn't really know anymore. It's possible this is love, but it doesn't matter either way. For right now, so long as I can save Hirta, whether he's a friend or the person I like, all that's left is whether or not Hirta would accept me. I hope he does. I gripped both the bell that Hirta gave me and my grandmother's amulet, praying to both of them. With a newfound resolution in my heart, I immediately jump out of my room. I'm sure it'll be a problem, going to the office while under house arrest. Chief Tokiwa and Seimi put it in a way so I wouldn't be hurt, but it was clear failure on my part not to be able to have watched over the inspector. They might trust me less because of this. My de facto suspension might be extended. If that happens, it might be more difficult to protect Hirta, but I decided to believe in the two that I've come to work with. They may understand. No, I'll make them. I drew out my determination and opened the door. Spacey? My eyes meet with a surprised Chief Tokiwa and... Oh, what crazy timing. Did you call Spacey, Yakumo? No, I was just about to send a message to her. Wait, did you come here by coincidence then? Seimi, grinning ear to ear, and Yakumo with a surprised look on his face come together to greet me. Huh? I'm not sure what you... Admin Manager Kaneda blew himself up. Thanks to that, everything's going smoothly. He... what? Agreed. I stood there dumbfounded, not knowing what he meant, but Chief Tokiwa smiles awkwardly. That makes it sound like he literally blew himself up and is gone for good, don't you think? Well, I mean, it's basically the same, right? I love Seimi so much. Seimi looked like he was enjoying himself, showing his usual smile when he's teasing someone. Yakumo caught his lack of explanation and continued on. Admin Manager Kaneda put a curse on Chief Tokiwa, and when Chief Tokiwa countered that curse, he choked up and wham! Down he went. Witnessing all this, his idiot son coughed up all the stuff that he and his dad were up to. What? Really? Yeah, with this we proved that Kaneda's son came into Sakuratani targeting Ningyo flesh and blood. Also, when they met any resistance against any Ayakashimori or Ayakashi, they used that to support their claims Sakuratani is dangerous. Hey, it's awful, Forcing his son to get involved. It wasn't anything major, but he did technically get injured. Considering his father, his son threw his father away like nothing. Well, guess it's all just him getting what he deserved. He's in plenty of trouble now. Being complicit in the Ayakashi trade while still being part of the special agency, and the use of banned curses. Oh, there's his leak into the info to his son. Even if he's related to a former prime minister, it can't be protective if he's screwed up this far. Chief Tokiwa, are you alright? What happened with that curse you countered? Fortunately, proper self-defense is permitted. He saw me keep my cool, and I assume he started feeling nervous, as if I had something on him. There's no reason to show your enemy that you're in a pinch, no matter the situation. So I guess it helped that he's stubborn. Carelessly so, though. You say that, but weren't you already gathering enough information to be able to completely crush him? Don't say anything you don't need to. I'm sure this higher-up that cut ties with Kaneda is still around the special agency. Although, I'm sure if we follow Kaneda's trail, we'll get closer to them. Even if I don't, investigations will be hard at work after all. Ugh, what an ordeal all that work is, Chief. With all those higher-ups, I'm fine with being an Ayakashimori through and through. I'm sure you want to be with Kinga after all. And you've got Hira, right, Spacey? What? Huh? You and Hira have that sort of relationship? Yakumo! Seimi's just poking fun at me. Oh, that's right. To be honest, I regret to inform you it was decided that you'll be receiving a punishment as well. A punishment? Right, the issue was thanks to the manager's son, but you were responsible for escorting him. You'll be suspended from work for a few days. Tokiwa looks kind of pissed about this. I understand. That decision's only natural. I'll respectfully accept... That's what we're calling it, but it's paid leave. You won't even rest if you're on standby at home. You worked hard getting ready for the event, so I think it's a good opportunity. So rest up. Right, you don't have to ruminate on everything. Chief Tokiwa, you too. The way they decided my punishment was such that I felt Chief Tokiwa's, Seimi's, and Yakumo's kindness to it. Thank you. Then, just for the duration of my suspension, I'll be sure to rest well. We've told Takao about this too. Well, I'm sure it's going to Hira as well. Go and see him. That's best. I mean, the reason why you came to see us is because you were worried about Hira, right? Chief Tokiwa smiles slyly, and my cheeks get just a bit hot. That man is so on us. I kind of wish. I wasn't gonna ever come on anyway. But what I'm sure I can say right now is, yes, he's a very precious friend to me. A celebration friendship then. As I head toward Amawa Mansion, I see Tengu there in front, playing flutes and dancing. What's all this? We heard from Seimi! The bad guy who was trying to bring Hira down was taken out by Tokiwa's curse. I thought we couldn't trust in humans, but I guess we can't count them off just yet. What great news! Oh, good. The comments from the Tengu made me happy. Though I almost lost their trust at one point, I realized that I could still gain it back. If Hira and I could be like that... I entered the unlocked room with nothing else in my way and found Hira sleeping all spread out. What are you doing here? Hira spoke with his eyes still closed. Your punishment's been dismissed. The other side admitted their crimes, meaning you're innocent. Innocent? What does innocent even mean? Huh? After questioning him back, Hira wakes himself up and gazes at me with sunken eyes. I did in fact attack that piece of trash. Couldn't kill him because of Sakuratani's barrier, but maiming him would have been easy enough. If that's a crime, then I guess it doesn't matter. I understand the whole thing ended peacefully. Hira was at the very least speaking to me, but his voice was so much colder than before. I told you not to come near me again. I'll be asking you to go home now, but first let me say this. I've decided to retire. Takao will be Shirei, and I won't cause any of you any more trouble. I'm tired of dealing with this stuff. All this work is basically an act of aggression. I'd rather hide away deep in some mountain you'll never go to. Hira, I see. So that's what you're thinking. I'm glad I was able to know. But I'm against it. I'm not willing to accept what you told me about not coming near you, so I won't go home until we're done talking. Huh? Don't be so selfish. Whose fault do you think it is that I'm in this foul mood? It's mine, I know. That's why I came here. That's why I can't leave. I came to see you. We actually had a choice there. I really wanted to see you again. When I thought of our last day together and how we almost never saw each other again, even though you weren't sealed, it nearly killed me. I'm sure I've hurt you, and it can't be helped that you feel sick of me after coming here and being selfish like this on top of that. Oh, there's version 2. I don't think there's much of a difference, but we'll see just in case. But I couldn't help myself. I didn't want things to end like this. I still want to know more about you, and I want to be around you. What do I need to do for you to forgive me? And there's nothing even to forgive. It's not like I'm angry. It's just, I think nothing will come out of being around you like we have been. You'll die eventually, and I'll still be around. I remembered we were different in that way when you protected that man. I've let my guard down a bit too much out lately. Your guard? You keep talking about how humans and Ayakashi are the same. Hira's forlorn face looked off to the side as he muttered, somewhat embarrassed. Even though he didn't seem like it, he really was listening. I still won't change my mind. Even if there are differences between humans and Ayakashi, they both share things as well. Most humans and Ayakashi feel similar things, no matter what differences there are. I believe there's no way they're incompatible. More of this baseless talk. I thought you'd say that, so I'd like to prove what I'm saying. Huh? If you're going to retire and be even more of a shut-in than now, that's fine. I'll still come to you every single day. I'll go somewhere you can't get to me. Or I'll just keep flying all over Sakuratani so you can't catch me. Playing hide and seek than a game of tag? That makes us seem even more like friends. I won't give up, so you better be ready. Hirta sighs, then lies down and turns his back toward me. Hirta? I'm going to sleep. But you don't get sleepy, right? Even if I don't, I can still feel tired. If I sleep, that's more time not thinking, so I will. How many times will you repeat yourself? I'm sorry about that, but I really will keep coming, no matter how many days it takes. He's either asleep or he's decided he doesn't want to answer me anymore. It's like Hirto's returned to how he was before, but if I'm not willing to give up on him, then I just have to start over from there. Hey. Yes? Hirto, who I thought had fallen asleep, opened his eyes all of a sudden and sits upright. And then he suddenly laughs and says, Seriously, you're so strange. Well, I guess I have to see what you can do. Though smiling awkwardly, likely because he was so tired of me, he accepted my challenge. Takao's advice. It had been about a month since I began heading over to see Hirta. Good evening, Takao. I'll be over again today. I call out to Takao, who is lounging in the reception room, and he greets me with his familiar smirk. You again, huh? Hirta's in his room as usual. Okay, thank you. Also, you on duty today or have the day off? I couldn't help but smile at his question. It's technically a day off today. It's recommended that we wear our uniforms even on our days off, so it's a bit difficult to tell. Seriously, now that I think about it, it doesn't matter to you whether it's your day off or not. Yes, I did promise I'd come every day, so it doesn't matter if it's my day off or not. Is this within the Ayakashimori's scope of duty, or is this more of a personal responsibility? I'm here as a friend today. As for it being work, it's about 50-50. I'm here to talk as a friend, although I need to carry out my duties. This isn't too easy for me. Samey's covered for me, saying I'm here to make Hirta do his job. Just go already. If you don't show yourself, you might go on about quitting as Shirei again. Huh? Really? He stayed at Amawa Mansion this whole time, so I thought he didn't intend on that anymore. If that were the case, I wouldn't have to keep repeating myself to him. He's stronger than me and accepted by the elders. My pride wouldn't allow being given the role with that knowledge. You've been saying that all along, huh? Well, he's pushing fewer Shirei duties onto me now. He definitely doesn't patrol, but at least he looks once over the documents you guys give us. Just then I hear a quiet noise from Hirta's room. Whoops! Guess that means I shouldn't talk so much. Or maybe it's because I'm keeping you away. Just go. Be a big help if today's the day you're able to get him to go out. I'll do my best. Promise. Friendship end. This is the end. I stand in front of Hirta's room and lightly knock on the door. Hirta? There was no answer from the other side of the door. Sometimes the door was locked, and other times it wasn't. Looks like today it isn't locked. Then I'm sure he'd allow me to just go in and talk to him. But although it wasn't through words, Hirta's actually shown a reaction of sorts today. I'll talk to him and see if he'll come out on his own. Hirta, would you mind coming out to see me? Silence. Maybe if I called a bunch of Ayakashi here and made a big racket, you'd come out of your room. Like in the Iwato Gakure? Iwato Gakure tale? You're telling me you're going to become Amanozume? Amanozume. Oh. Hirta suddenly breaks the silence. I might if that's what it takes. You get naked, dance, and get laughed at. Don't. It'll be unseemly. Are you worried about me? Another silence. I'll try changing the subject. I heard you've been working hard at your duties as Shirei. I'm really glad about it. Thank you. Silence. You said you might quit before, so it's even more of a relief to hear that now. It'd be tough to have to chase you forever. It's even more of a relief to hear that now. It'd be tough to have to chase you forever. Although I'd still just come see you anyways. So as long as I know where you are, we'll have more time to talk. I have no intention of talking with you. You're the only one doing the talking. Even so, it makes me happy just that you're listening to what I'm saying. That's why, for now... Ah! Suddenly, Hirta stepped out into the corridor. Listlessly scratching his own head, he sits down right in front of me. So? Huh? You were saying for now. You get a chance to talk to me and now you're just gonna stay quiet? Well, I was just gonna say, for now, I'll still keep coming to see you. Of course, I thought as much. If you think about how you keep coming, then being a shut-in sounds increasingly like a pain. Still, I didn't think you'd come every day. Do Ayakashimori have that much free time? What? Don't judge us like that. We're plenty busy. We don't even have enough people. Why do you come here even though you're busy? I've been telling you all this time because I want to see you, Hirta. I want to talk to you. I want to make up with you. Uh-huh. Oh my god, that is beautiful. That is a beautiful... I'm sorry. This is a CG in the friendship end. It's beautiful. Like, this is like Hirta's modeling photo. Damn. After Hirta spoke, he lay down on his side right there in the hallway. It didn't give me a reason to want to make up. Oh, you can dance like Amanozume. You told me not to because it would be unseemly. You're the one who said you would. And then what are you going to do? There's nothing I want and nothing really I find enjoyable. That's not true. I've seen you enjoying yourself plenty of times in the past, you know. Really? I don't remember. Then just make me feel like I did in those times. If you do, I might think of you as a friend, and we might be able to make up. Although I feel like as he's telling me this, Hirta looks like he's already enjoying himself. As I was caught on that thought internally, alright, if that's what it'll take to get you to forgive me, I accept your challenge. I was already ready to come here night after night. I even think congratulations are in order, seeing as I got you to come out so quickly. Have you given any thought to the meaning behind your actions? You appear to be courting me. What? Of course I know what I mean, and I know what General Fukusawa's fate was, too. Wait, what was it? Fukakusa's fate. Fukakusa's fate. That's so hard to say. Whatever I said, just go back to what I originally said. I totally read it wrong. And I'll keep that lesson in mind as I can, still full of energy. Not just many nights, but several years, or even several decades worth. Huh. Well, look at you, Hira. You finally got dragged out of your room, I see. Takao! I wasn't dragged out. She told me she'll do whatever I say, so I'm just thinking over what I'll make her do. Maybe I should push all the work onto you, or make you play with the kids, or fix the houses the Tanuki broke, or handle those pesky documents. You're the one that needs to do that, Hirta. There's no point in us all looking over the same documents we send to you. Really? Hirta laughs, and I knew he really was having fun. I guess that means I just need to keep creating fun moments like these, right? And someday becoming friends with Hirta and making up with him, and maybe more, I hope. I don't know if these feelings I had buried in my chest would reach Hirta. But if Hirta lets me be with him in the future, that was most certainly something I felt happy about. And then I don't think the alternate one does any different, but we can see that alternate choice. Well, so we can just go here. I don't think it matters. It just says load Hirta's route. But then if we go to the flowchart, we gotta go to chapter 4. Plenty of letters. Oh no, okay, we have to do it from the okay, I guess we can't technically load it. Hold on. Can we do this? No, okay, never mind. We gotta go back to the title. Okay, it said load Hirta's route, so I don't really know. I guess we just have to go chapter select? Oh, okay. That's how you do it. Okay, I don't know. Plenty of letters. Oh, we want to do low. Yes. We've already read this. Okay, yeah, but it's weird. We've already read this. This is basically all the Uchiwa fan things. We kind of already read that. I don't think I can land a punch. And then, okay, so hold on a second. We will make a save here. Because we can do the I came to see you, which does give us slightly different. But I'm pretty sure this is exactly the same. I don't think it's any different. It's just a different way to get there. Takao's advice. Yeah, this is all the same. Okay. I always do this because we did this in Shiratsuki's route where it's like, okay, here's the alternate version. Version 2. Oh. But if Hiro lets me be with him in the future, that's something I felt happy about. I think that was the same. I think it's the exact same. Okay. So... But anyway, we can read this scene, which is different. And this says unlocks flowchart scenario. What flowchart scenario? Came to make up. I came to make up with you. Make up? Yes, I mean, we're friends by now, right? Huh? Is that not the case? We spent so much time together, and if we've talked that much, we would already be friends in the human world. I know that much. I've seen it. But this isn't the human world. Yes, it isn't. But I told you before, whether someone's human or Ayakashi doesn't matter. That's why both you and I should choose whether we're friends or not as well. You're using that crappy human logic, are you? And don't make me confused. It'll tire me out. I've always thought of you as my friend, and if you don't, all I'm saying is I'd like you to become my friend. Oh, common route flowchart completion. Common route, Amatsuna Hira. Monitor him, Hira. This is... Why are we doing that? Game over. Oh, okay, I guess there's... Ooh, no, we don't want... So strange. It had been about a month since I began heading over to see Hira. Okay, so this is all the same. Okay, that was the only difference. And then we have the common route flowchart completion. So I guess we'll see what happens. Oh! You appear to be courting me. Okay. Huh? That's not what I mean! That is what it means. You're coming to see me, just like how the Major General Fukakusa did when he fell in love with Komachi Ono. In that case, the circumstances are different. And that reminds me, I've seen people like that before. People who call themselves friends eventually. I'm telling you, that's not the case! Jeez! He's like, you're falling in love with me. But if Hiro lets me be with him in the future, that was most certainly something I felt happy about. The end. You're courting me. What? Maybe. Alright, this part. Okay, so let's go to... Chapter select. Oops, no. Common route. Chapter 1, map select 2. Oh, map select 2, not map select 1. Map select 2, yes. And then we want to go to Hira. Yes. Skip past. Okay, this is weird. Skip past doesn't actually skip. Okay, retreat. Unable to hang in there, dejected, I came back to Nakakuni. I guess the only good thing now is the fact that Hira's spell wore off. I touched my hand in my mouth after the autumn leaf seal was released. Next time I'll have Koya guard me against it. Looks like I'm going to be persistent after all. Still, in Hirda's case, I feel like if I were to let our distance from each other stay as it is, we really will never talk. When I walked into the office, I went straight to where Sammy was. Sammy, do you have a minute? It's not skipping, so we obviously... What's up? From your perspective, what sort of Ayakashi is Hira? I do feel like I could have asked something better. Although I didn't intend on giving up yet, I was hoping to get a subtle hint rather than a direct command, depending on my reliable senior. Hira, huh? Hira. He's just like he looks, don't you think? Just like he looks? Yeah, he's always holed up in his mansion. I've never seen him deal with anyone other than Takao. Why Ayakashimori especially get the cold shoulder? That really is just how he seems. As I smiled awkwardly, Yakumo turned away from his computer and spoke. Tokitsugu, I'm sure he'd be upset if he actually heard that. I'm sure. But I mean it in a good way. He's honest and has nothing to hide. So when he says something's a pain, he really means only that. It's just that breaking through that wall will be tough. All the Ayakashimori, including myself, are having a rough time doing so even now. Right, I feel sorry for always having to rely on Takao. I see. I gave my thanks to Sammy and Yakumo for offering their thoughts and returned to my seat. So that means that if I back down now, I'll end up in the same situation as the others. It might be futile for a newbie like me to eagerly jump into the situation, but at the same time, I had to give it a try. Alright. I was disheartened by my attempt, and I might back down again if I were refused that strongly again. But I found a new resolve in myself to be more proactive when trying to deal with Hirda. Amatsuna! With Hirda. Yes. Alright, well. It's like it doesn't actually skip sometimes. Oh. Oh, whoops, I was skipped down below. Whoops. Okay, monitor him through a doctrine. That's right, I can use a paper doll to track him. I should just be able to see Hirda once he comes back to Amawa Mansion, right? Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's what a doctrine is. It actually is a piece of paper. So, Takao would help in that case, and if he's somewhere with a roof, he can't escape so easily. If that's the case, somehow managing to execute the spell I just learned, I sent the paper doll toward Hirda. 2 hours later, as I waited for its report, I received a signal from the doll in Makatsui. I decided to get back to Amawa Mansion right away. Hirda! As I entered the reception room, Hirda's lounging body jolted in reaction from where he lay on the floor. I won't let you get away this time. With my growing resolve, I stand in front of the doorway, blocking it, and then... Not even trying to get up in order to run away, Hirda becomes even more listless. This part's gonna be long. Just whatever. Do what you want with me. Yes! Wow. Phrasings on those. Map. Nope. If I help him out here, we might be able to be a bit more friendly. He might even trust me more. All sorts of hopeful possibilities came to mind. Nope! Before I realized it, I gave my reply. I'm doing work as a Shirei even though I don't want to. You're making me. It's only natural that you do the work of a Shirei. You're a Shirei, after all. Tch, forget it. Then you get out of here and find the Tanuki who did this and punish it. And that's your job as an Ayakashimori, right? You're not going to refuse, are you? No, of course not. Huh. Hirda gives a small grunt through his nose and finally gets up, calling out toward the hallway. Takao, come here. This Ayakashimori doesn't know how to accommodate, so clean this room up. What? I heard Takao's voice from the reception room with confusion and anger mixed into it. Alright, guess I should find that Tanuki. Jury's out if it can be punished, but it must be found. I exit Amawa Mansion, and as I walked alone, maybe I should have helped with the cleaning. But to be told that having to deal with me, it might be true, but that was a bit depressing. I couldn't help but begin complaining to myself. But I shouldn't have talked to him like that just because I was hurt. I have to get a hold of myself better. This is work after all. But when I remember how happy I felt when Hirda talked to me or when he told me he needed something from me, I guess I was a bit full of myself thinking we got a little closer together. Regret and remorse both squeezed in all at once. Ask Chief a question. What do you mean by that? Do you think someone from the bloodline of the first Ayakashimori might have joined the sixth? That would be nice, wouldn't it? But even if the person didn't know they were blood, we may be able to conduct an investigation. Investigation? Yeah, agents that have joined our organization often come from a bloodline of people who have also worked for us before. This might be misconstrued as nepotism, but our agency relies on a high aptitude that's very often a hereditary trait. Come to think of it, Yakumo said his grandfather was a monk. That was the reason he ended up being scouted by the sixth. When we hire an outsider of notable skill, we check their family lineage. Anyone with aptitude for this could come from that bloodline. I did mention to you before you were stationed that we'd be running a background check, right? Yeah, but I never imagined it would have been because you were checking my lineage. Also, I don't think there were records of my family tree. Were you able to run my information? It's rare these days for a family tree to be passed down from generation to generation. However, the special agency is still part of the government. We have our resources. I see. So if you backtrack a bit, you'd be able to put together a family tree yourselves. And that's right, but still. I wonder if that's the paperwork he was looking at. I still think that we're going to be the special, even though they don't, like, talk about it much, you know what I mean? Think about it and decide later. Amatsuna! I don't remember doing this with Shiratsky, but at the same time, like, I feel like we had to have because we've completed all of his stuff. I think we did anyway. You sure do talk about rumors about me a lot for someone who thinks conversations are a pain. However, you have no need to worry about me. You're confident. The Shirays of the other sectors seem glad to help you, but I'll let you handle the Ayakashi and Amatsuna. I'm too tired to do it. He doesn't have to say it like that. Okay, alright, and this is where he's gonna fly away and we just let him go. Watch him leave. There were so many things I could have said, like, wait, or I'm sorry. In the end, all I could do was watch Kira as he flew off. And that was thoughtless of him. I think I really will be, I think I really will be hated at this rate. No, I would never do that. I was the one who wasn't able to properly express myself to Hira. I see. Well, don't get too down. Though he's full of sarcasm and complaints, he's almost never that talkative to Ayakashimori. Even though he's lazy, he must not be able to keep quiet when it comes to you. Then that might be okay. Maybe. That made it even more frustrating knowing Hira shared his feelings with me only to have me unable to apologize to him properly. Still, I'm sorry. Did it sound like I take all the Ayakashi and Sakuratani lightly to you too, Takao? Skip past. Snowfield. Hira. Yes. Skip past. Skip past. Oh my god. Skip past. Please use this. Okay, then at least get back onto the roof and use this. What's this? A scarf. Just, if you have to... Oh, if you have it, you'll be a bit warmer at least. See? You wrap it around your neck like this. I moved to wrap the scarf around him. Hirta craned his neck to get away with a look of displeasure. Hey, Hirta, hold still! No. Why not? Because you need... Huh? He was clearly in the middle of saying something, but fell silent mid-sentence. You need it more than me, is what he was going to say. That's adorable. Check with Hirta. Skip. Oh, we stop him. Oh, that's because it's Shu. And then we go to Amatsuna. Nope, we want to go with Hirta. I know, it needs to load faster. Because, like, it would have been so funny. Hirta. Oh my god, I won't let you skip when this thing doesn't load. It's so annoying. How about we go together? I have to go. We're almost there. Maybe. Because it, like, takes forever for it to load, and it won't let you skip until the thing loads, and it's so annoying. I think I twisted my ankle. Go with Hira. Okay. Almost a year has passed since I've been here. Mm-hmm. Yep. On my patrol, I always make small talk with whomever I see along the way. I could have never imagined making small talk with Ayakashi before coming to Sakuratani. Before working at the 6th, I never acknowledged anything others couldn't see. I kept quiet. It's incredible that I can talk to them like this. I remember so much happened on my first day. It was my first time in a flying cart. I even apprehended someone on my first day. When they told me it was newbie tradition, I wondered if this was the right job for me. I'm used to the Oboroguruma now. I can handle the ruckus day in and day out. I can tell that I've grown as an Ayakashimori. My body took time getting used to Sakuratani, but Yakumo's really helped me with the work. I can count on my bosses too, which is amazing. I wanted to see the world of the Ayakashi, a place similar to home but totally different, a mysterious world. They were all non-humans before I came here. I was afraid, but looking back, it was just ignorance on my part. The more I think about it, the more I realize that Ayakashi aren't so different from humans. In a way, they're just as normal as we are. Some are passionate, some even get jobs for themselves. Some love playing games, some fight, some are simply happy to be here. The normalcy of their daily life was dear to me. I honestly love the Ayakashi in the 6th. They're close to me. I don't want to lose them. I remember how surprised I was during the test. I'm still so glad I've made it this far. It's another day where I get to see Ayakashi playing with gadgets from the real world. I'm going to keep working hard so that the citizens of Sakuratani can continue living in peace as they are now. The end. I mean, it's supposed to be game over. Common route, game over. But the hero version, I guess. Okay, that was it. So, alright. Anyway. I feel like, did we do that for Shirotsky? I don't even know. I feel like we didn't. It doesn't feel like we did, but we got So, hide. So these are the last 2 Hira CGs. Yeah. I don't know what it is when we get to, like, the bad ending, because it takes so long to get through the bad endings and the normal, and I just... I'm always like, oh my god, hurry up! We've gotten the good ending. I'm just doing the bad endings because we have to. And, like, I enjoy seeing what they are, but, like, they put so much into them. Which isn't to say it's bad, necessarily. Like, this one doesn't have anything. Yeah. But we're gonna stop on this one, because this one's just, like, I love it. You're courting me, aren't you? Yes, maybe. But... yeah, I don't know. I think it's, I appreciate that they put so much effort into, like, the bad. It's not just like, and then I died, and then it's like 2 lines or something, and then it's like, you know what I mean? Like, there is a lot, like, because you could accidentally trip over it, and then you're continuing the game, and oh fuck, this was a bad ending? Shit. You know what I mean? So they put a lot into it, but it's like, when you're using a guide, and once you've gone through the best ending, and then you're like, okay, I'll just get the other ones. You're like, it takes like 3 hours to read them. It's like, I don't need them to be this meaty. Like, I'm complaining, but I'm also not complaining. Like, I appreciate that they're that meaty, and that they put the effort into, like, putting that much into them. But then there's me at the end. It's like, I just don't want to sit here for like 3 hours and read all the bad endings. I don't know. Like, I feel like it did the same thing in Shirotsky's route. I was like, are we done with this yet? Like, let's get through it. Like, I don't know. Which is just weird, because it's not like I'm like, oh my god, the game's boring. It's not that at all. It's just for some reason, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But anyway, I'm also tired. But that was all of Hiro's route and all of his shit. So, we will, I will be going and doing other things, and then when we come back, we'll do Akuro's route, because that's what's recommended in the guide. Which is cool. I like Akuro. He's actually, you know, he is pretty entertainingly attractive. Although, I think Seimi is my favorite. Which is just funny, because he's not even an Ayakashi. I really did enjoy Shirotsky's route. I did enjoy Hiro's route too, but I think between Hiro and Shiratsuki, I like Shiratsuki a little better. He's just a little more fun and out there, and like, I don't dislike Hiro's character trope, you know, like, oh, whatever. I usually like that character, but then sometimes you're like, sometimes I'm here for it, sometimes I'm not. It's like, it's depending. And like, I didn't dislike Hiro, but I also wasn't like, oh my god, it's the best route ever. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it was good. And I like Hiro. I didn't dislike it in any way, shape, but I wasn't, it's not like 10 out of 10. The route itself was really good. But like, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Sometimes you're like, yes, no, this character, I love them. And other times you're like, no, I really like that character. Yes. And if people were like, they're my favorite, I'd be like, no, I get it. I understand why. But it's never gonna be my favorite. Even though there's absolutely nothing wrong with him. It's just, I don't know. You know what I mean? Anyway, it was still a good route. We still had fun. We'll be back in the next part with Akudo's route. But as usual, I'll be like, it's been weeks for me because I got to go record something else now. So I got to like bounce back. Oh my god. I have to finish another game. Anyway, yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.